Can Halo be fixed? That's definitely a question that's been asked over the past month after everyone calling the series dead. I believe it can, and 343 is doing their best with what they have in order to make that a reality. The inclusion of a surprise-free event and community maps into matchmaking goes a long way with trying to pick yourself back up after your reputation was completely tarnished. Yet maybe the biggest thing to fix is the inherent problem Infinite is under currently. Free-to-play games at their core are tied to how much money they can bank on you, the consumer. Almost nothing is given to you at the start because they claim getting to play the game is reward enough. If you want the color blue, then cough up $10 for 1,000 credits for a 500 credit skin. They trap you for paying too much money for something considered cheap in the store. These practices are scummy at best and predatory at worst. A lot of those Fortnite V-Buck videos were fake, but some weren't. And Epic only raked in the money there. That's the model Microsoft and 343 went with. $20 for an entire armor set is ridiculous. Now, they've really tied it back down, but there's still a lot of work to be done. The first thing I would do is have a weekly rotation of events. Not brand new ones every single week, but a mix of 5 to 10 that are in constant flux. The Season 1 and Season 2 Battle Pass were ruined from the start because of that system that allowed you to progress. And as someone who maxed out their Season 1 and 2 pass, it took a long time, like an unnecessary long time. There's only so many times one can play the same big team battle maps over and over again before you lose your mind. The most fun I've had in these games are experiencing the events on the first day, because it was just something new. Were they all good? No, but it gave me something else to play. I'm not sure if that's a knock at 343 or not, but I think it's safe to say that there's a lack of content. It's pretty apparent with Halo Infinite. When a game releases with as little content as possible, you know there's a problem. Especially since it has less content at launch than Halo 5 did. And Halo 5 took the mantle as the game without very much content. So that's why my second fix is to get Infection done right now. If you go back to Halo 3 and the Halo Reach days, Infection was around 80% of all custom games. Infection was this small part, but the game mode itself gave an opportunity for forgers to go wild. One of my favorite game modes was Cops and Robbers. You can't do that without an Infection. That's why there were no custom games on Halo 4. Because Flood was such a lame mode. Infinite's custom browser is an excellent idea, just like MCC's before it. But now we're back to the reward aspect. You get nothing for completing a custom game. And from 343's perspective, that makes somewhat sense. Someone could just load up a custom game and exit it, and then load up a new one for hours and hours and hours and be done with the battle pass in a day or so. But not having any reward at all for playing a game that's only form of expression is customization is not the best. For this, I would implement Halo Reach's custom game credit counter. Every completed game over a certain time gave you around 200 credits, I think. When you look at that credit gap and how that spike took off after Corporal to Warrant Officer-ish, I think 200 credits is not gonna do you a lot. But you are moving in the right direction. Maybe as slowly as possible, but you're still moving. Giving some form of XP, no matter how small, is going to get players to play the game more because they have a goal to reach, and they can do it the way they want, even if it takes them over a year. Although being labeled as a free-to-play game, that's only for the multiplayer. Infinite released a fully charged campaign. $60. For a college student, that's a lot of money. I still bought it anyway because I am a Halo fanatic. But since launch, nothing has happened to the campaign except removing features that fans loved. Now, they may have put back the tank gun because of fan backlash, but Besides that, the campaign has been left in the dust. So for my 3rd edition, I would like to give everyone who bought the campaign a flat 5,000 credits to spend in the store. I think enough time has passed where they've recovered the majority of the money they put into it. Maybe that technical debt, who really could tell at this point? But rewarding people who actually bought the game, I think is a good idea besides giving them dirty armor coatings and red weapon and vehicle skins. Next, I would create a dungeon inside of Infinite's campaign. Completely off the map, no symbol, no dialogue, just there for you to find. Now, the difficulty can be whatever you so choose. It can be everything in the game has to throw at you in one big event, and if you enter, maybe it has the Iron Skull activated, so when you die, you get put back to the start. Or it could be the biggest cakewalk in the world. The specifics don't really matter to me. And as a reward for beating this dungeon, you get access to the Master Chief armor from the campaign. Maybe even his Reclaimer armor from Halo 4 and 5 if they ever do a Gen 2 armor core. As a machinima guy, it's always weird to see Master Chief show up in these grand films voiced by some guy, looking less cool than everybody else because they're customized. But I respect that they were given the opportunity to do that, and not just make it Halo Reach with the Mark 6 helmet. I think Halo 4 and 5 really dropped the ball on this one, as I would have worn the Reclaimer armor for Chief, the helmet for sure. 343 could add this and reward the campaign players who've been left in the dust for over a year. And maybe encourage the free-to-play players to pick up the campaign and experience what Halo can actually be. Halo Infinite has a large climb back up to the top. It's clear that 343 is not done yet, but they have a lot to prove. Not only to the community, but probably themselves. The amount of leadership turnover and contracted workers coming in and out have probably left them doubting themselves. Whether you enjoy 343 or not, they're here to stay. So what would you recommend for them to do to fix Halo? Please let me know, because one man's opinion is not going to save an entire franchise that has been alive, basically, a little bit longer than me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what I do, maybe consider checking out some of my other stuff. Thank you so much.